The ballet, The Firebird, was the breakthrough to success for Igor Stravinsky. He was not really a young composer when he wrote it. He had grown up in a musical family. His father was an important bass singer in the opera companies in Russia. And one of his school friends was a young man named Andrei Rimsky-Korsakov, who was the son of the great composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. When Stravinsky's own father died, Rimsky-Korsakov basically welcomed Stravinsky into his own home and looked after his musical education. And it was under Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov's directives that Stravinsky gained his chops as a composer. And he really learned Rimsky-Korsakov's strength as a composer, which was luxury of orchestration, the beauty of what a symphony orchestra can do, the color, the textures of an orchestra, the use of solo instruments, all of the things that Rimsky-Korsakov is really most famous for, Stravinsky learned right at the feet of the master. It was just after Rimsky-Korsakov died that Stravinsky got his big break. He had written a couple of Chopin arrangements to be used by the ballet impresario Serge Diaghilev in some presentation by his Ballet Russe, the famous dance company. And because he had done this, he had a slight connection to Diaghilev, and Diaghilev was very interested in producing music and ballets that had to do with Russian folklore. One of the topics that he had in mind for a production was the Firebird, which is based on an old Russian folk tale. This was the big break, and Stravinsky, before the contract was even signed, settled down to work on this piece, and he completed the score of the Firebird in the course of only about 5 months. Very often we hear the music from the Firebird through the suites, the orchestral suites that Stravinsky later extracted from his complete ballet. And these suites are just fine, there's nothing wrong with them, but the fact is that he reduced the orchestration somewhat to make those suites more practical to present. It's nice when we occasionally go back and visit the original complete ballet score, as we do in these concerts, because this is when we get to hear the score of the Firebird at its most opulent. No holds barred at all in this Stravinsky ballet score, with an immense orchestra and summoning up all of the colorful orchestration that he had learned at the knees of Rimsky-Korsakov.